Hello! Welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. This is episode 22 and I am Carolien. I am coming to you today from a rather hot Netherlands. It's quite sunny outside. I'm recording a bit later on the day. The sun is on that side of me. I had to close my curtain a bit. The cats are not happy about that, but okay. It's about 30 degrees Celsius now and thunderstorms are probably coming, but let's just see where this episode goes. Maybe they will just dissolve just before Enschede, where I live. You never know. Most of the times it happens. Probably not every thunderstorm today will be dissolving just before Enschede, but some might. So let's hope this is just a quiet episode with only cat noises. And me, of course, talking. So, welcome to all new viewers. Very nice of you to check me out. And, of course, welcome back to all returning viewers. I'm very happy you are back again. And supporting me for almost a year now. You can find me online as Carolien. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Ravelry, everywhere. I have a blog where you can find the show notes, which is blog.kralien.nl, and there's also an Etsy shop, which is kralien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl, and there's a group for the podcast and the yarn and stuff. It's the Colourful Creativity group on Ravelry, which you can find in the group section there. Well, that's a mouthful, but we're here. So, looking at my notes, I don't have that many today, but, well, let's just dive in there with no finished objects. And that is why I am recording this in the afternoon instead of in the morning, late morning, because I thought, I want to finish, and then I thought, not gonna happen. If I finish this now, it will be a hurry knit and maybe there will be some mistakes in knitting and in the counting the numbers, etc. So I thought, no, I'm gonna stop now and finish this in a very easy pace after podcasting. So this will be finished this weekend, but not today. So in my knit and stitch bits bag is the Grow Along cardigan, which I showed you last week, and I just cast it on last week. I think I was about here, probably here, not here, but I was at the ribbing, I believe. Now, this is a whole cardigan with sleeves, yeah, and buttonholes. Oh, this side is the buttonholes. And also the whole freaking color work. So, sorry for hearing me curse and swear, but it is. It is not a fun job to purl color work. Here I will show you the inside. I took care of my floats very well. And it just goes so slowly to purl it. And that makes it just a nasty job. Especially the first part where there were a lot of floats to take and most of them on the purl rows. And here there should be some hearts in the design, and I thought that looks a bit girly. And the discoloration you can see now on the screen, which I can see on my camera, is just from the sun shining in here. It's a bit more yellow, so sorry about that. Can't do anything about that. If it would be a thunderstorm now, it would be dark and I would have to put on the lights, which would also discolor everything. So we'll just take it as it is. So there should be some hearts here in the pattern, and I changed it to some almost regular stripings. And this was a one light blue, one aqua. Then there were two light blues, then there were two aqua, then there were two light blue again. Then I did the one-on-one with the light blue and the green. and then a single stripe of green and a single stripe of aqua and a single, and then there is the light blue, which is probably 2 stripes of light blue, and then there came the pattern with the little cross here. Get that away, all the ends. And then there was this pattern with the, also a cross here, but that was just 3 on 3 stitches, which made the floats very easy because you don't have to pick them up and secure them. So normally I do a maximum of 3 stitches between 2 colors, and then I secure the float. So if you have 3 stitches, you never have to catch the floats. So, and what else did I do with this? I think I did all the knit 2 togethers, like the pattern says, do a knit 2 together in this part for the shaping. I did them all on knit rows instead of purl rows. I thought, yeah, frankly, you can kiss my butt, but hey. And I did email the designer of the pattern, or send her a message on Ravelry actually, because I had to decrease 6 stitches over 6 stitches at the underarm, and it was indeed cast off. So there's a pretty hole here, which has to be put together by seaming it. But my friend will do that herself, I think. She loves that part. She feels like she's doing something else, something on it too. And she will get the buttons. And the part where I had to do some calculating was on the buttonholes. I wanted them nice and evenly spaced, and there has to come one here at the neck ribbing, and the neck ribbing is coming on after doing the button band, so that's new to me. And we'll see, I have to do a buttonhole here as well, and that is the part I didn't want to mess up. So I thought, no, you are not gonna stress and race through it. And well, all in all, it was not a very big pleasure to knit, but knitting this within 2 weeks and doing other stuff, or probably 2.5 weeks when I really finish it, doing all the other stuff which I did, I think it's okay. It was a quick knit, and I am very sure my friend will be very, very happy, because I already had ugly crying face photos from her every time I sent her a photo of the progress. And those are the people you like to knit for. The people who love what you are making and know it takes time, and not the people who think, oh yeah, well, thank you. Had that before, and yeah. You can send me ugly crying face photos every time over, oh yeah, thank you. So the yarn I'm using is Drops Merino Extra Fine. I have 3 colors, and let's see. There's the light blue, there's the green. Green is called Apple Green, I think. This one is called Ice Blue, and this one is called Turquoise, I believe. The ball bands are in here all loose like this, so I have no clue which one is which color number, and frankly I don't care. I really hope I have enough yarn, because this is what I have left next to this, so I really hope this will be enough for the ribbing on the neck. Otherwise I'll just put in a stripe of green. You gotta do what you gotta do. And probably I will try to make a little hat with this. I have an app now, and it calculates how much stitches you need for a hat or a pair of socks, and gives you the pattern depending on your gauge and techniques you want. It's very, very nice. It's the Biscotti Yarns knitting app, I believe. Not quite sure. It is from Biscotti Yarns. There was a Kickstarter for that, and I joined it. And it's really, really nice. I have used it for some sock calculations, and yeah, it's great to use. I do adjust the pattern when I get it, but still, it's an easy, yeah, in Dutch we say a leidraad, but how would I say that in English? It's a guideline. Let me say it like that. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. I had to put my stitches on a line, and I just thought, well, I'll just use the cable I'm using anyways and use the needles, and I'll just put them on the cute little pandas that secure my line. Look at the camera. Aren't they just cute? Knitting their little pink sock. I love that. And I have some more which I will still have to put in the shop, but I didn't have time to make proper photos yet. And with that I mean I didn't have the energy to get up the stairs to the attic still. Well, maybe not the energy, but still not the painless body. I had so much pain today and yesterday after dyeing that I probably have to cut back on dyeing yarn. I always set myself targets to dye yarn, like I want to do 6 skeins a day. Yeah, that's a bit too much. So I think I have to do a maximum of 2 skeins per day on a dye day, and that makes it way less standing for me, because yesterday I stood for hours. I did sit down, but every time you hear something you get up. Oh, is the water boiling too much? Is it this? Is it that? And you want to finish things. You are working on a certain color scheme and you want to do that. So you get up and you stand and you don't look at the clock anymore because you're in your creative flow. And yeah, that was very bad. So walking stairs is still not an option for me. And making photos is just going up the stairs to my photo studio. I will be doing that soon, but it was just not gonna happen this week. So next step is not making stuff, but photography. Well, that was that for project number 1. Then we have in my kitty bag, which I made, and which has a new addition on here, because my blood is getting tested for blood donorship. And I went there on World Blood Donor Day and I got this cute little pin, and I thought, let me put it on my project bag immediately. And in here is a pair of Rose City rollers. And I have to admit, I have no clue where I was 2 weeks ago. Probably somewhere at the heel. So now we have part of the foot already. Maybe this way is better. So, and I did all the gusset decreases, and yeah, these are going to be for my husband, and I'm calling this his tracky socks, because for the layer it on knit along you have to get inspired by the Star Trek theme. And for the new viewers, I am going in November to the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza in the UK, and there is a knit along for that. It's the layer it on knit along, and it's kind of a game there. So we're having 3 teams, and there will be 1 member of the team that will have to put on all the things you have made. And the team with most items on will win, but also individual goals, so most cast off things, etc. And you get bonus points for having Star Trek themed. So I think these are Star Trek colors. For me, these are Star Trek colors. My husband is watching Star Trek Enterprise. I think it's Captain Archer, so please enlighten me if it's not him. If it's not Enterprise but something else. I'm sorry, I'm just not good at it. We will be watching the Star Trek movies soon. One of them is on Netflix, so that one we will be watching, and the other one we'll have to see if we can borrow it somewhere. And yeah, well, I do watch a little bit, but not that much, because he was watching an episode and it was all so dark that I got so depressed, and I asked him, can we please watch something else where I do get happy? So yeah, I can't handle it all the time. And I do like Picard better. So, and Janeway also. I like the series with Captain Janeway very much. And I think with Picard, he was... Let me see. He watched Picard for Janeway. And I wasn't that interested then, I think. I have to see what a cat is up to. Sorry. He was almost getting on the table. He had his butt somewhere he shouldn't be. It was Binx this time. Normally it's Leia. What else is there to say? Well, the needles are CoXo 2.5 millimeters. CoXo lace. And I must say, oh, here's the package even. CoXo lace. The cable is too sturdy for me. So maybe I will be getting some interchangeable ones, because I saw a review of them on Jolie Creates podcast, or Jolie Creates YouTube channel. And yeah, probably that will be much more my liking, because the cables are a bit thinner and more flexible. So we'll see. I'm still a high girl. What can you do? The yarn is Drops Fabel print, and the colorway is 671, so that is very interesting. It's just dark blue with brown and orange, as you can see. And I did not plan for this, but these socks are almost a match. I think you can see that. There's about a row or a half row of a difference. I think that's good enough. If you plan it like this, it won't ever happen. So it's very good. Oh, and the contrast color for the cuff and later on for the toe is GB Wallace print in the colorway Curry. I do not have the number, I just know it is called Curry, and it is from my stash. And yes, that also still has to be photographed for the website and the shop, etc. So sorry if you are waiting for that. You can always send me a message and say I want that, and I can just send it out to you without putting it in the shop first. Or I want photos of that, and I will just make a snapshot with my camera instead of getting out my big camera and my Lightroom and my Photoshop. So just tell me. So that was project number 2. And then we go on to project number 3. It might mean a mixed bag. My exploration station. Let me find it. There it is. So, that brioche section was done last week. I can see it from the marker. I was here just in the next section. And that next section is also finished. I haven't actually touched this probably for a week now, because I wanted that little cardigan finished, because I need it soon for my friend, for the baptism of their baby. It's her gift. So I'm at the last section before the lace border at the moment. Here you can see I did make a mistake. I did a knit front, knit back too much in a row I shouldn't have. So my calculation was, my row count was off, and I put in all the markers. So every 50 stitches there's a marker, but since you increase every row, every other row on each side, well, it grows on both sides. So on one side it's now 51 probably instead of 50, and the other side it's the rest. So also, again, you can see blue, yellow, orange. So also very much Star Trek colors. Yay! For the bonus point. And since I can say now I am a sponsor to the goodie bag, I'm using my own stitch marker, which is also bonus points if you use something that is by a sponsor from the event, which is also cool. The yarn is also my own, so this is all a Colourful merino ultra fine, and well, it's kind of a sport weight, and since I now have the fingering weight, this yarn will not become something regular. I have, let me see, 4 skeins left, so I guess I will just dye them up for myself and finish that and go on with the fingering for you guys, because I think because this is just a tad bit thicker, fingering is just more used than sport. And then the next step is decay, so I also have that. So I guess this weight is just not something I should keep buying. So these colors, and it is so very, very soft. It's almost like cashmere. And yeah, really, really awesome. I can't wait to wear this. And as you can see, a lot of ends to be woven in. So yeah, it's not wearable anytime soon. I am knitting these on Higher Sharps, US size 6 or 4 millimeter. And these are not interchangeable because I think I cast this on before I even got my interchangeable set. Wow. This is on the needles for a long time, you guys. I will finish this within a year, for sure. But that brioche was really killing me. And of course, the exploration station is a pattern by Stephen West. But you knew that probably. So, and then we have the last thing. It is not in a bag, but it is in a yarn bowl. This is one of my mother-in-law's yarn bowls, and I actually put up 3 new bowls, or I renewed 3 yarn bowls in my Etsy shop. And in here is this, and you might recognize it a bit, but I changed her a bit. But this is another Trace cowl, and Trace is a pattern by Puck Vossen, who is a Dutch designer and yarn guru, knitting guru, crochet guru. She has a Dutch vlog, and that's really nice. So if you are Dutch, and sorry, Leia was getting on the table. I think I have to move the chair. So if you are Dutch, go check her out if you don't already do that. And when I come back, I will show you the yarn, etc. Here we are again. I hope they can't get on it anymore. I moved the box around and they enjoy the box more now because it's on the ground and they can just sit on it, whatever. Yeah, I did some ribbing this time on Trace. So it is going to be a cowl instead of a shawl or scarf, more a scarf. I told you last time, Trace is having a sleepover at my mom. My mom is already almost finished, so she did like 80 grams of lace yarn in 2-3 weeks. It's like crazy, but she loves to knit it. It's so nice and easy, she says, and it's just mindless knitting, and that showed. Binx is trying to get into the box now. If you hear the crinkling, that's the tape of the box he's standing on. She was a bit too mindless, and instead of doing a knit two together yarn over, she did a yarn over knit, yarn over knit, yarn over knit. So Trace was like this and she probably did about 50 rows before she even noticed it, so we had to rip it out. And that yarn is not the best to rip out because it's a bit sticky. But we managed. We did it all together on Sunday morning. I pulled out the needle And I thought, well, I can put the needle back in at the part where it is okay. So I did, picking up all the stitches. And then my mom and Robert pulled out. That was the box falling over. And one scary cat. So, whatever. I will check out. He did not fall under the box, so he's okay. He just ran away upstairs, probably because he was so scared. So where was I? Yeah, Robert and my mom pulled it all out. My mom is pretty impatient, so she would have just bought a new skein and tossed the whole project, which would be a shame because the yarn is not for sale anymore. And yeah, I'm more patient and just will try to rip it out or just cut it out if necessary, and then I would have a shorter scarf. But that's my mom. She said, you can buy a new skein, I will pay. And I said, no, you give it to me and I will fix this. So I did. And my mom and Robert fixed it also. So, and now she's already back way further than she was when we ripped it out, and I guess today she might even be finished, because with the Euro 2016 football, my mom loves football, so she's watching a lot of television and she's just sitting there knitting. So, and well, because I was a bit quiet in this house without a trace, I thought I would cast on a new trace, but this time a cowl, because I don't have a cowl. And I did that with this yarn. This yarn is Seidenstraße from Atelier Citron, and it's hand dyed by Bollekus. This is 65% merino extra fine and 35% silk, and it's 400 meters. And this is what inspired it. Holy colors. Well, it's made by Bollekus, a Dutch, small Dutch indie dyer. And yeah, it's not really, when I bought it I was just over the moon, because this was one of my first hand dyed skeins. And I made a pair of socks with something I showed you. That was a pair of socks with the 6-ply where I wasn't happy. If you haven't seen it yet, that was in my Sock Talk episode a few episodes back. And yeah, well, this with silk just is a dream, and it will probably be really nice and soft as a cowl, and with all the colors it should be very nice. It might be a bit too much pastel colors for me, but we'll see when I'm wearing it if the pastel is going to be dominant or not. Otherwise I can always give it away to someone else. Plenty of friends who don't knit. I am knitting these on interchangeable higher sharps, and I have just changed from, let me see, 3mm to 3.5mm. This one is for the summer trace knit along, hosted by Puckvossen, which is, I believe, June, July and August, or was, yeah, June, July and August. So I hope with only 400 meters and a decent weight yarn, I will get my trace finished. And with long car drives, I probably have this or a simple pair of plain vanilla socks or something with me to knit on to keep me company. So that were all my whips. So we're on to acquisitions now, but first let me take a sip of water, which I put way up high because otherwise the cats will drink my water. Oh, it is rather hot. Like 30 degrees is about 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. But the problem here always is it's not dry heat, which is just warm. It's always the sticky, muggy, hot, damp, hot. not the nice hot. I'm looking outside. I will just give you a swing to have a look at the garden. I will have to turn this loose, I think. Or this one. Yeah, this one. Here you can have a look. Outside, my flowers are growing. You can see a little poppy in my hydrangeas. And I'm not sure how hostas are called in English. But it's pretty outside. Not everything is in bloom yet, so I will do the tour of the garden later. But it's not really sunny at the moment. So let's get back to here. And yeah, well, we're just hoping summer will start soon because all we had is rain, rain, rain. So we are on to acquisitions, people. The first one is a book, and it's 750 knitting stitches. And if you saw a lot of knitting stitches before, this one has even more. I thought it would be nice to have a book like this for design work and reference. The pity is that there's not a drawing of every pattern. That's a shame. Some patterns are, like here. You have the color work section, of course, and some cable patterns also have that, but most of them don't, like you can see here. I'm just not a good text knitter, I think. Or actually, I am a text knitter, but I rather have the drawings or yeah, where I can just see it and put it with a marker or something. Oh well. I watched what was it? A knitting reference guide or a knitting Bible comparison review by Jody again from Jody Creates on YouTube. And this one she showed, and I really liked it because it had so many. And I thought I will just get this one. And it's great. My mom looked at it and she said, I have never seen that many knit stitches ever. So, can you do all that? So, it was for me. She only knits and purls, and like lace panels and everything is just a whole new world for my mom. So, cables she can do also, but the intricate lace she saw me doing, like with the Lisa's Garden Shawl, she just has some like, nope, that will never happen. I can't do that. I always say, yes you can. But, well, she's just not that, she just doesn't want to try new things. And she would have to have it in Dutch and not in English, because she doesn't understand English. And I always say, you can understand that. It's just, you have to learn the abbreviations. Knit, purl, yarn over. If you know those terms, you can read it and you can just do it. But she just doesn't want to. So, next up is a cute little parcel. And it will crinkle. And like I heard someone say on a podcast, crinkling is good because that means nice stuff. So, I will just unpack. Because in here, okay, I'll just throw that on the ground. There was a cute note. In here, first of all, gummy bears and tea. And maybe you recognize the tea. Teikane. This one is Japanese cherry blossom party. I'm really curious. And I love white tea, so thank you for that. Dear Regina, because this is my order from Herbstblad Regina. And here you can see her info. Her Etsy shop is on here, I believe. Yeah, herbstbladregina.etsy.com. Well, podcast, etc. And I have ordered a skein of aquarium. And it is beautiful. I ordered the soft sock, so the hazel soft sock. And It is the same as my soft sock, which makes combining pretty easy. And it's just a dream. The colors are lovely. It is so pretty. I love it when there's a bit of yellow in something blue and green and purple. I just love that. And also there is a skein of mint to be. You can see the card. Also on the hazel soft sock base. And she gifted me this because I knitted her Lisa's garden shawl as a test knitter, which is of course really nice of her. So thank you so much, Regina. And you already saw me squishing this on my face on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram. And of course, this just needs to be squished. I have to be careful with my red lipstick not to smudge it. But I really love it, Regina. So it's really pretty. And of course, good luck on moving, because I know what a horror story that can be. So let me find my notes, of course, under the book. Those were my acquisitions. Well, actually, there's a lot more acquisitions because I had a lot of stuff coming in for my shop. So a shop update is coming. I already did a small update. I bought some new yarn, and most of them are bases I already have. So not to worry, that's just not going to be shown here. But I wanted to show you this, and it's really reflecting, because the yarn base I normally have for socks is like a yellowish, well, just a natural color. And this one is bleached and extra white, which I thought would be really pretty for some very bold colors, or some speckled yarn which needs white as a base. So we now have extra white sock yarn. And this is not the soft sock yarn, but I can tell you the bleaching process really softened this up. So I was really amazed. I got a natural skein and this skein together, and I thought, whoa, this is so much more fluffy and soft than the other stuff. So that is that. There was like 5 kilos of yarn coming in the house, which is of course a small amount of yarn for an indie dyer, for a small indie dyer. But I can imagine for bigger indie dyers that there will be like 50 kilos coming in. But we're not that far yet. The investment would be a bit too much. So I think there will be like 50 kilos of yarn in the house easily. But yeah, let's not go into stash. Let's just not. So that came in. Also, I have gotten myself a new yarn winder because my other one was crappy and made balls that fell apart. So now I have a big one, and I have an example because that is just where I store my next whips or projects. Here it is, all caked up. Everything is inside, both bottom and top. We have the start, nice and neat on the top, and it's just really nice and firm. Also, this one I caked up on this new one, and it's just doing its job. And it's going fast. My husband did a, well, normally my husband does the caking up. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but he goes fast, really fast. And he's having fun with it. And I think I have a clip on my phone. And if I can, I will insert it here. So he had some fun with that. I'm also putting these in the shop for everyone who wants one. I have already sold the first one, which was of course awesome. And I actually even sent the first one back because there was something wrong with it. This metal part was sticking to the plastic, so it didn't really... Yeah, you could just turn it like this, but it would do click, 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 click like metal and plastic touching, and that was not what I wanted. So I sent it back and I got a new one, and that's this one, and this one is perfect. So from now on, everyone who orders this, I will check it. I will put together your yarn winder first, because it comes like this in a box, and as you can see, this doesn't fit. You have to assemble it yourself. So I will assemble these parts, give it a spin, and then if it is all right, I will disassemble it again, put it in your box and ship it to you. Just so you know that you will get a good one. So probably this weekend I will test the 4 I have in stock before I put them in the shop, because what if they are all broken? You don't want to know Murphy, really. My Murphy not. No, he's no fun. He's a spoil sport. So that is the yarn winder. Then there was a happy box. There was a happy box from Hiya Europe. Yay! And you know what that means. That means crinkling. But that means the sock sets are in. Yay! You should have seen me when it arrived. It came here, I ripped it open, and I opened up the package, and I made a photo of my whole messy table where I was working at that moment, because I was working from home for my boss, because I didn't feel that good to go in, but I didn't feel that bad not to work. So I thought, well, I'm gonna work from home. I had my whole table set up with my laptop, a big screen, my keyboard, etc. It was a mess. If you want to see it, go on Instagram and check it out there. So these are the 2 kinds I got, the red one and the blue one. It's always random what I get, so I have put it on Etsy that you can pick which color you want, but that only goes as long as I have stock in a certain color. And otherwise I will just contact you if the other color is alright as well, because I have no clue when I will get the other color back again, if it's sold out. So in here, so you know what, I'm gonna open one just for you. I know that blue one is already sold and the customer will pick it up soon, so I will not open the blue one. I will open a red one, and if you get this, I'm sorry, it's opened for demonstration purposes. Nothing happened with it. There is a adapter in here that is from small to miniature, so you can put your small interchangeable knitting needles on a miniature cable. Also on the back with the zipper, here are the cables. There is 4 cables in here. There is 2 24/26 inch or 66 centimeters. There's one 80 centimeters or 32 inch, and one 40 centimeters or 40 inch or 100 centimeters. And yes, they are pink. That's how you can keep them apart. Isn't that nice? Also, there is 2 grips where you can just rubber grips, so you can tighten it very good. And there's also now a little needle, cable needle, and there's a little hole in here. You can't see that, it's way too small. It's really miniature, and you can put it in there to even tighten it extra. So as you can see, I'm putting it all back in, closing the zipper and opening the front. Here you have another pocket, nothing in there yet. I always put my grips in there and my cables in the back because I like the grips here, not in the back. And then there are the needles, and they are really, really tiny, as you can see. This is the 2mm, 2.25mm, 2.5mm, 2.75mm, and the 3.0mm. And you can see that these two are shorter. These are 4-inch, but if you attach the tip adapter, they are 5-inch. So you can just knit with 5-inch tips, which is really nice. And yeah, I was really amazed about the 2mm. So thin. I haven't seen needles that thin yet because I don't own them. Maybe I do own a pair of 2mm, but it didn't look that small. So yes, and well, yeah, the case it comes in is all really, really beautiful with the rose and stuff. So let me put that back in. You can see nothing happened with it. We'll just fold it again. I did the same with a blue one for photography, and it's now in my Etsy shop already. So if you want one, be quick. I only have 3 left. So I do have a new order coming, but those are the loose tips and cables for miniature. So you can try first if you like it, or if you want to add something to your set, or if you already have a set and you think, well, I just only want tips and the cables, and you can buy those. And yeah, well, mine is not in here. I thought I'd buy one for myself, of course. And I only got red and blue, and since I already have the blue and don't like the red, I'm waiting for a next shipment where there might be some purple in there. I know, I'm just color crazy. That's the way I am. Other colored things in here are yarn ball stitch markers. Yeah, and they are cute and colorful. I'm probably not the only one who would want something like that just because it's like color heaven. All the same with this, the light bulb stitch markers or safety pins in rainbow colors. I'm not even sure if you could see that. Maybe I will just get a package out of there so you can see it better. I think I might have already, no, I didn't, because the photos I took were just horrible. It was raining and dark that day. So here they are. There's 2 of each, which make my rainbow heart sing. I already stole a package, of course. That's what you do. Just like I did with these. I always think, mine. So much for that. I also have new kitty snips and new puppy snips because they were going very fast, and they are already up because they were already on Etsy. I just had to renew it with a lot of new stash. There is an extra set of premium needles, interchangeable, 5mm, small size. There was 1 in the shop still left, now there are 2, and both are blue. So, and then here's the stuff that needs to be photographed. All these needles and sizes. So I'm still in doubt how I'm gonna put them in the shop, just single, or that I will do that you can do a drop down choice from steel, bamboo, or sharp per size. That might be the easiest thing, but then the whole thing with stock keeping is very bad because I can only put in, like, I have 2 of them and not like I have 2 of each size. So if you buy 2 bamboo, then the whole listing is gone. And if I say I have 6, then someone can buy 6 bamboo while I only have 2 bamboo, 2 steel and 2 sharps. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe someone has a tip on that on Etsy shopkeeping. If so, please let me know. And the funny thing is, with some of the sharps, there are now pink light bulb, the stitch marker thingies in there, the safety pins, which is really cute. I know they are for breast cancer awareness, and they have more things from that at Haya, which is really cool. So this is the package of 2.5mm 100 centimeter for my sock knitting teaching, but I'm also selling them, so no problem. And what sizes did I order? 2.25, 2mm. Yeah, I did buy 2mm. See, here's 2mm. I think the interchangeables look even thinner. Maybe that's because of the thread on top. So that is a package from Haya. And next time there will be another package from Haya because I got a notice that it is on its way. Yay! It will probably come Monday again, and this time I can't work from home, so I hope the neighbor is at home. So, you still haven't seen a kitty cat, right? Let me turn the camera again. There she is. Can you see her? Yeah, you can. Hey, you are enjoying your sun. So that is where they always lie. One here, one there. Normally they had one cushion, but something went very wrong with that. And you can also see the sun is back, so it's just very weird weather. I'm sweating here like a pig, you know. It's not sunny, but I sit in the shade, but my feet are in the sun. So it's kind of hot here. Well, last thing for the shop. I dyed yarn, as I told you. First I dyed this. I was trying to make a red custom order, and I thought, well, let me take some fire engine red. This turned out radioactive red, or actually pink. You probably see this blazing off the screen, and this is not really me, but I love it. It's a 100% merino, which is really, really soft. And that same red turned like this on pink. Really? Yes, really. So I gave this one a little bit extra, and I tried out some techniques, and I tried out some new dye. Black. You know me. I love black. Not. But I do like this, and it's rather funny yarn, I think. Pink, gray, black, a little bit of natural of the tweed. The tweed always comes in like a bit of grayish yarn. So I think this one's cute. And well, this one just wasn't really red. It looked a bit red when it was wet. But that one, I have no clue if you can even see the difference here. I'll close up. So this one is pink and that one is red. I changed my red formula a bit and played around with it. And I love how this turned out. So I think the customer will be happy with this one. So with this red one. And this pink one will go up in the shop. Then I dyed a tweed in a semi-solid red with that other red one. There are some splotches of darker and grayish in here also. And yeah, for those of you who love the tweed yarn, there will be 2 new tweeds coming up soonish. I have to see when I can walk up that stairs again. I'm so sorry about that. and painkillers aren't just not working enough to push me through it. Well, pushing through it is not the best idea because it will stay painful longer. The things you learn. Yeah, then there's here mint chip, which I really love. My first time trying the minty colors, and I loved them. I even was good enough to leave white spaces, which is always something I have difficulties with. This is a soft sock and this is a normal sock. The soft sock will probably go into the shop if I don't snatch it. And this one is a special one because I've been talking about Instagram the whole episode. I am actually almost at 1K followers there, and I'm truly amazed about the number of followers there. But it's so awesome that I want to celebrate that. I think there's about 15 followers to go before the 1K. So if you don't follow me there, go follow me, because when I hit 1K or 1,000 followers there, I will do a giveaway with this and the yarn bag. And I'm not showing the yarn bag because I left it upstairs. I forgot to take it downstairs with me. It's also minty. It was in the shop, but I pulled it out because I didn't want it to be sold just before it. It is the minty one with sheepies, if you have ever watched in my shop and thought about it. So this will be a minty giveaway. And yeah, I think that's really awesome. I wouldn't want to win that, but of course I can't join because I can't follow myself, which is nasty. So, oh well, there's more yarn drying at the moment from yesterday's dyeing, and there's also yarn that is misbehaving because I didn't have a great day yesterday. It's bleeding. It's bleeding after washing it like 20 times. My arms and wrists and everything hurt afterwards. And I'm looking down because Leia is playing here. She's sitting in the sun and looking at my toes because I'm not wearing anything on my feet. And there's a ball under my feet. Also a glitter pom-pom. Let me get it. Here it is. See? This is what she loves. But not now because she wants to sit in the sun. She has to keep up her tan. Yes, she does. So what can I tell you? Yeah, the bleeding yarn, it's like horror. The turquoise keeps bleeding. I also had an accident with some yarns, and my husband said, well, why don't you just dye it over? And he got a point there. Happy accidents happen only if you make them happy. And yeah, I'm gonna make it a happy accident. And it's just trial and error with new techniques, new colors and everything. And you have to find out how much dye you can actually use. And oh well, I just felt very incompetent because I dyed already a lot of yarn that went perfectly well. And then you pick one or two new colors and everything goes wrong. So that's just the part you have to learn to use the new stuff, and it won't go perfect immediately, but I want to. So yeah, well, I think we all want to, and we all have to learn, and I have to cut myself some slack with that. So I think that might be a great idea to end this episode. No, I'm not ending the episode yet. I wanted to tell you, because this is episode 22, and I believe episode 27 or 28 will be the first podiversary. And I have been in contact with Sarah from Sarah's Texture Crafts. And if you don't know her, check her out. I will put the link in the show notes and everywhere. And she is going to make something very special. Probably some pretty yarn, and that is for a giveaway, and I have decided to do a giveaway for the 1 year podiversary, and it's gonna be a really nice giveaway. I will probably put in some yarn from myself, I will put in some yarn from my stash. I already looked it up and I'm looking over at my huge bag. I will get it for you and just put it in the chair. And I will not put this out because I keep talking to you. I just wanted to show you how big it is. It's all this. This is the fancy yarn from Swaps, which I did in the last year. And the yarn I bought at Amsterdam and at festivals and online, etc. And it didn't fit in my stash anymore, in my boxes. Yeah, big shame here. Stash shame. So I will pick some yarns from that and add to the giveaway. I also will be adding a pattern because Natalie from the Netters Knits podcast, she offered me a pattern from her which she made, the Eiffel cowl, and I will also add that. I am just not sure if I will make just one big package and send it to one person, or if I will make different packages. So what do you think? You are my viewers, you want to win this. I would also want to win this, but I can't. And I would love to hear from you. Would you rather have a huge package, or would you rather have just one thing and have more chances to win? So let me know, please. Yeah, Sarah also has a podcast if you want to check her out. She's really cool. I'm also making her a package. So we're gonna do a little swap also. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, little Miss Leia is making herself comfortable. Very comfortable. I want that too. Let me help you. Wouldn't we all want to lie like that? I would love to. Miss Little Sweet. So I think with that you have seen Leia. I will add a clip of Binx at the end because he was really sweet box and trying to eat his food. He has a big tower where he has to puzzle and he has to get his food himself. So let's just put that clip in here and then wish you a very nice 2 weeks and see you back then. Bye bye.